There we go. My hat wasn't on straight. I'm going to open up my notes here. So I have these links for anyone that needs them. I'll put that here in this corner. Let me get my little pop-up for my controls. Very cool. Now we got everything we need. How about that? Love that. I see we've got some friends jumping in here. What's going on, friends? If you're entering the stream, make sure you like the stream on your way in. Excited to answer some questions and hang out today. This will be sick. I was away over the weekend and wasn't able to do yesterday because we were out for a hockey game. So I'm excited to be back at it today. Anyone jumping into the stream, make sure you're liking the stream. Make sure you share the stream with a friend or share it in a post or your story. If we hit 50 viewers today, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program to somebody in the chat. Yes, I'm seeing that happen now. Yeah, everyone make sure you like the stream on your way in. Share the stream with a friend. Let's get some more homies in here. If we hit 50 viewers, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program to somebody hanging out in the chat. That being said, you also need to comment in order for me to know you're here. So definitely shoot a comment in if you want to potentially win when we hit that 50 viewers. Very stoked to hang out and answer some questions today for everybody here in the chat. Andrew Sherler, hello, what's going on? I see you in there. Glad to have you here. Hey, what's going on? I'm doing good. We just wrapped up filming a new course for our online program a little bit ago. I'm excited about that. Lined up some potential more new episodes for our podcast, Behind the Screams. Lots of very exciting stuff happening today. How's everyone's weekend? Anyone go to a good show? Anyone go to Warped Tour here in the US? Anyone listening to some new music that came out this weekend? I've got the new Drain record on here in the background. And I got to work with their vocalist recently, who is awesome. Their vocalist, Sammy. That guy is a delight. I really don't have another way of describing that. Hey, in Greece, what's going on? And everyone coming into the stream, make sure you like the stream on your way in. Make sure you share the stream with a friend. Post it to your story. Post it publicly. If we get 50 viewers in the stream today all at once, if I see that counter hit 50, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program, EVI Now, to someone hanging out here in the chat. And for anyone that doesn't know what that is, our online program, like I was saying, we just filmed a new course for it. That's our online guided lesson program. So it's a follow-along guide to really help you learn and develop your screaming and your extreme singing to your full potential. And we have the largest and most affordable kind of program of its kind with this. We keep it real affordable because I want to make sure that this can be done by everyone and can belong to everyone. And rather than raising our prices like so many people are right now, we're really making sure we're keeping things where they are. And right now, really doing the opposite because we're doing a 45% off sale right now. So you can get everything for 45% off. You get all of it when you sign up because we don't make you do it like per lesson or per course or anything like that. It's over 300 lesson videos now, all full length videos. So like it's long. We're talking like over 40 hours of lesson material on top of even more quizzes and tests in there to really grow your skills and knowledge about this stuff. Ways to practice, follow along guides, and all of my warm-ups are in there too. And you can get all of that right now, everything I just said, for just $19.25. And I'm going to link that here in the chat. I just sent that link to the chat. There is a code to get the sale price. It's Black Friday, all caps, one word. I had someone asking about that the other day, but I just put that right there in that thing I just pasted. But you can get, and we're doing payment plans now too, actually. So you can get it for as low as $19.25, so less than 20 bucks, and you can actually break that up even further now. So if you just drop a few bucks, you can get started literally today and get everything we have. And I know some of you have been subscribed here to our YouTube channel for some time, and I'm really happy a lot of you learn from what I do here. But our online program is like this, supersized, like massive amounts of information in so many ways to learn. I was wondering if you have any tips for sitting down and screaming. I'm a drummer. So one of the most important things for that, especially because like I sit right in this spot when I teach all of my lessons here in this room when I'm working with people one-on-one. So I have to do a lot of different screaming, like just from this spot, seated, because I have to do a lot of teaching and a lot of video making all day, every day with this sort of thing. So how I'm doing that is I'm making sure I'm maintaining nice and open and relaxed and yet very straight up and down kind of posture with how I'm hanging out here, and making sure that I'm not craning my neck up or down or to the sides when I'm doing this stuff. So I'm able to get all of the strength and size I need out of my voice when I'm doing this stuff. So I hope that is helpful for you to hear. A big part of it is posture. Like, I know that's a bit of a basic answer, but it does make that big a difference. And when it comes to body positioning and making the muscles really work with you and for you, we have tons of videos about that here on our YouTube channel and in our online program, EVI Now. And like I just said, because I sit in this exact spot for all of my teaching as well, if anyone does want to work with me as a teacher, and I know I've had some of my students come and go in the chat today already, here's a link to be able to work with me directly. And we are offering all of you more ways to save now than more than ever, including if you want me to almost be like your personal trainer for your voice and like meet on like a regular basis or semi-regular basis. And we finally unlocked being able to do payment plans for lessons too. So for those of you who are trying to be financially conscious, and we're trying to make sure that everyone can afford to do this, if you want to work with me one-on-one, we've made that more affordable than ever. I just linked that in the chat right there. I've got some releases coming out on December 5th. Oh, Andrew Scherler, that's awesome. Everyone here hanging out in the stream, make sure you check that out on December 5th. That's awesome. Anyone considering working with David or using his program, 1000% do it. David's ability to personalize instruction is incredible. Thank you so much to one of our regular friends here in the chat, Steve's Creepy Van. Once again, love that username. So great. Very awesome. And thank you so much for the ringing endorsement. I appreciate that a lot. It'll be under Shot Down. Thank you, Andrew, for letting us know. That's so sick. And I saw someone said that they're going to go to Spirit Box on Friday. Anyone else go to any good shows over the weekend or got any good shows coming up? We have a lot of shows that we're going to be working and attending here this week. The one that's coming up the quickest is we have Fit for a King, Spite, and 156 Silence that we're catching up with in just a couple days here in Massachusetts. Once again, anyone coming into the stream right now, make sure you like the stream on your way in. Make sure you share the stream with a friend, share it to your story, text it to somebody, because if we hit 50 viewers up here, if I see that number hit 50, we are going to give away a free subscription to our online program, EVI Now, to somebody here in the chat. We're going to give away a free subscription to someone here in the chat if we hit 50 viewers. So everybody coming in right now, make sure you like the stream on the way in. Make sure you share the stream with somebody. If we hit 50 viewers, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program that we were just talking about to somebody hanging out here in the chat. And for anyone that just got in here for the beginning of the stream, don't go away. Make sure you hang out, because I'm going to be giving away a little something for free, a little freebie for you all at the end of the stream. So stick around if you want to get that freebie for yourself. Again, everyone jumping in, because I'm seeing that number going up. Very awesome. Thank you all for joining us today for today's Screamathon adventure. And I am going to answer some questions today too. And I'm talking about vocals, talking a bit about songwriting, stuff with my own band, Renaissance. And I'll be talking a decent amount about recording too. Like, for example, I was just saying on Instagram and TikTok before jumping on here that we've been talking about different kinds of like mobile writing and recording options for me as I'm traveling, because I have some stuff coming up, and I think we thought of some interesting stuff today, and I'd love to share some of those ideas with y'all and just talk about recording on the go as well for anyone that's curious about that sort of thing. But again, because I see that number going up, definitely like the stream on your way in. Everyone in here, I see that there's more people in here than there are likes on the stream. Make sure you like the stream on your way in. Make sure you share the stream with a friend, share it to your story, share it publicly, whatever you need, because I'm going to give away a free subscription to somebody hanging out in the chat. I'm going to give away a subscription to our online program, EVI Now, if we hit 50 people today. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that number, but help me get us there. I would love to give this away. And for anyone here, I am going to be giving away a little something for free at the end of the stream, so don't go away. But if you do choose to come and go, that is up to you. Is it normal having trouble doing mid-false chords after being sick? Yeah, so I'll talk about that a little bit here. And screaming either while you're sick or even like right after you're sick is definitely tough, because of the fact that I have some people that have used our online program and have taken lessons with me here in the chat right now, and this might sound familiar, but it takes the voice longer to recover from being sick than it does the rest of your body. So even if you are feeling better and you can tell you're not sick anymore, your voice is still recovering, and it's going to be pretty likely inflamed still from being sick. So it's going to take a little extra time for your voice to be back to 100%. So you want to give it that extra time. And that is going to be frustrating, and especially with something like false chord screaming. The false chords are also involved in clearing your throat and coughing. So if you are sick in the kind of way where you've been coughing a lot or anything like that, or you've been feeling a lot of like post-nasal drip, the false chord scream is going to be a little more difficult to do during that recovery process, because those are the things that were also getting used more and more aggressively while you were sick. So you need to give it that little bit of extra time. And that being said, there's lots of different like health and wellness things when it comes to the voice that I like to talk about here a lot. And we do have a video here on vocal health here on our YouTube channel. The name of the exact video is escaping me at this exact moment, but we have a vocal health video here on our YouTube channel. If you go surfing around all the different lesson videos we also have courses and lessons about vocal health and how to really take care of your voice as an extreme vocalist in our online program. And for any of you that are interested in learning more, not just about growing your voice, not just like learning how to do this in the first place, not just getting better at this, but if you want to learn about how to make it last and how to make sure that you can take care of yourself when you're sick or when your voice is stressed out, or if you're on tour or recording, and how to make sure you can do this stuff long term. If you want to really do this and do it well and not be worried about hurting yourself, I strongly recommend checking out our online program, because we're doing a 45% off sale right now. So I'm making it really easy for people to check this out. You can get our whole online program and everything we have in it for just $19.25 right now at the lowest. I'll link that right here in the chat below. There is a link, there is a code right there to do it. It's Black Friday, all caps, one word. But definitely check that out. That link is right there. Our online course is over 300 lesson videos, and that's not a mistake. 300 lesson videos, all for under $20 for the whole thing. We put out a new course last week that's included with that, all about being able to make fry screaming easier. We filmed a new course today that we're working on now, and we are putting stuff up all the time. So if you guys want to check that out, it's called EVI Now. I just put the link in the chat. And for anyone jumping in, make sure you like the stream on your way in. Make sure you share the stream with a friend, post it to your story, whatever, text it to somebody. If we hit 50 viewers here in the chat at any point, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program, EVI Now, to someone here in the chat. I'm also drinking a Liquid Death Oh, this one's that's why this one tastes different. This one's the Arnold Palmer one. So a little bit of lemonade there. That's nice. Thank you, Ninja Turtle, for the ones that want to know about the vocal health. There's a playlist called Vocal Health here on the YouTube channel. But thank you all so much. For those of you that are interested in vocal health stuff here on our YouTube channel, which you're already subscribed to, which is free. Yes, this is the dead billionaire one. Someone called that out right away. But yeah, we do have a vocal health playlist here on our YouTube channel for anyone that's interested in that as well. But I'll answer a couple more questions while we're hanging out here too. We're going to talk a little bit about writing, a little bit about music. What was that?
Your music went away.
You're right. My music did go away. Did the whole record already play? It must have. I got to pick another thing. I was listening to the new Drain album earlier when I started the stream, and when we were kind of just starting up earlier, but that ended real fast. And because we've had so many different friends and clients and people that I work with putting out music lately, I just put the new Set It Off album on in the background here. I'm really excited for them. I got to help with some of the I helped with some of these songs that are recorded on this record. This record's supposed to be on our wall. Oops. I've worked with so many bands at this point, and I've helped with so many different albums. We're starting to lose track, and sometimes we'll forget, ooh, did we pre-order that one? Uh-oh. But the new Set It Off album is called, it's self-titled. It's called Set It Off. And I helped with the song, there's a song Rotten on here that I helped with. There's one called Fake Ass Friends I helped with. And I think Parasite, and then maybe a little bit of Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. But yeah, Set It Off is a great band. Cody's been doing a lot more screaming lately, and we've worked on some singing stuff too. I'm really stoked for that band. I think they released this record independently too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they did. So definitely check out Set It Off if you're into that sort of thing. And because I know there's been some people coming and going from the stream, and we've been having more people donating here in the stream recently, I wanted to say thank you all so much for anyone that has been sending in donations along with your questions in the stream. Although I'll never ask anyone to do that, it's very kind that you have been. And I do get people asking sometimes, like, hey, how do we support you? How do we keep this going? I do have a little something for you guys here in the chat, or anyone that wants to do that, because we do have something that I just made. Because anytime someone wants to support us, I want to make sure that I can give something back to you guys, so it's not just one-sided. Because I know there's a lot of streamers that will just have people sending them money endlessly, but they're not really doing anything for it, which is kind of crazy to me, especially because I know times are hard for a lot of people right now. For $5 right now, I have taken the kind of warming up, like I just talked about. I work with Set It Off, I work with Knocked Loose, Motionless in White, and so many other bands. If you want to know how I've done different warm-ups with a lot of these different bands on tour or in the studio, I just made for $5 our tour warm-up, and you can get that on that link right here that I just sent to the chat. So if you're looking for ways to support us and help keep this going, help support the YouTube channel, help support everything we do here, and help us to be able to keep making things for you all, for just $5, you can get our tour warm-up through that link that I just put in the chat. It's $5. That's not a subscription, so you can just have that video and watch that as many times as you want from now on. Check that out. That's just our $5 tour warm-up right there that I just put in the chat for anyone that does want different ways to support us, because I want to make sure to give you all something too. And thank you all so much for your support as well. I saw an interesting question a little bit ago that I'm going to scroll up to. What DAW do you use to record your vocals? Just Reaper or something close to that? I started with Reaper, and Reaper is cool, and Reaper can be very capable. And I know some different producers that use Reaper. And I might be using Reaper on the go if I need to, like depending on like what laptop I'm using. But my go-to is Pro Tools, and my go-to has been Pro Tools for a lot of years now. And it's because Pro Tools really is that powerful for recording and editing. And some people feel a little differently about this. Some people will say that every DAW is built like the same, more or less. And you can record vocals and record audio and make music in any DAW. But the truth of the matter with Pro Tools is, even though there's a lot of stuff that at a glance can be pretty complicated looking, the routing power, the capabilities, the editing power, and the endless structure that you can get out of Pro Tools and what you can do with that has been so valuable. And I've been able to do so much with that, in combination with the fact that so many different companies do have like official plugins with Pro Tools specifically and exclusively. So it does come with so many different useful tools and so many different things per year that they give you. And I could literally never recommend Pro Tools enough. And I know they are doing like a massive Black Friday sale right now. And there's some versions of Pro Tools right now that you can do for like under $100 right now, like as an annual fee that you pay. Like, so it's like under $100 right now. And they don't pay me to say that. Like, I don't even think they know I exist. But Pro Tools is absolutely my favorite. And for anyone that's interested in that, I think there is technically like a free version of Pro Tools. Like, it's a more limited one, but there is a free version of Pro Tools. There's like and they are doing a Black Friday sale because I saw that ad earlier. But depending on different stuff, because you can have Pro Tools on a lot of different computers, and I might need to be writing and recording some music soon on the go, and I might have to use this. I got this gaming laptop like right before COVID. It's a what brand are you? It's an MSI, so it's a really powerful laptop. It's awesome. It doesn't have like the most processing power, but it's a really strong, really capable laptop, even though it's like 6 years old at this point, but it still works. I'm still able to do a lot with it, but I don't know if I'll be able to get like these newer-ish versions of Pro Tools to work on it. So I might throw something like Reaper on it just to make that work. I'll probably get another laptop at some point in the future, but I might need to just build like a really basic rig to write and record with. Like, I'm probably just going to bring one of my Telefunken, just like my live mic, the same microphone that I use live, bring a cable, probably just bring like a little Scarlett interface with me so I don't have to like tear apart my studio setup here. Just bring something small, something simple, set up a Reaper session, just use like just built-in plugins, like nothing crazy, just so that I can write and record some ideas while I'm away, so that I can import anything I need to into Pro Tools here and then continue to work on it when I get back to my studio here where you see me now. Would you say that's better than Reaper for just vocals or for guitar too? So it's not even like that it's just better for like vocal. I feel like I've found that editing power wise, like Pro Tools is just stronger for everything. Like the way you can edit everything, the way you can move everything around, the way you can. Okay, here's an interesting thing that Pro Tools can do for any of you that do recording for yourselves. You can adjust the gain of the track that you're putting in, or like the audio you're putting in, but not I don't mean like turning up the volume or like putting a gain plugin on the audio after the fact. You can take the audio itself and increase the gain of the audio itself as if you recorded it with higher gain. So if you screw up something with your guitar tracking or your vocal tracking or drum tracking, and you recorded something either a little too strong or a little too weak, you can adjust the gain of the signal itself as if you did it before you started. Like, I don't really understand how Pro Tools has figured that out, but I have not seen any other DAW where you can make those kinds of adjustments. It's pretty insane. And even though like things like Reaper are very capable, and I do recommend anyone that's trying different things like to start out, like, because Reaper is free, and there are free versions of Pro Tools as well. If you're just trying to learn and grow, that I started on Reaper. I used Reaper for a long time because I didn't have any money at all. And I used the free version of Pro Tools as well. I've tried a lot of different things. But the big thing is, in every professional studio there is out there, there's a reason that Pro Tools is the standard, and the reason that Pro Tools has been a standard for so long. And everyone jumping into the stream now, I'm answering some questions about writing and recording and vocals and stuff too. And if you want to learn more about that, I'm happy to talk about that in this stream and in any other one as well. But everyone coming into the stream right now, make sure you like the stream on the way in. Make sure you share it with a friend, share it to your story or something, because if we hit 50 viewers, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program, EVI Now. And we do have the largest program for learning extreme vocals that there's ever been, and for the lowest price that you'll see out there. Because I'm seeing a lot of people raise their prices right now, seeing a lot of stuff being more and more expensive in a world where people are making less and less and people are kind of struggling because of that. I want to make sure to give you all as much as I can in the most affordable way possible. And you can get everything we have, which is over 300 lesson videos, all full length. So the program is endless. And all of our warm-ups, all the things that you see me teaching here and teaching on the road, and so much more that you don't see because we really save it for our online program and lessons with me. You can get all of that right now for just $19.25 because we're doing a 45% off sale right now. You can get everything for just $19.45, $19 and something like that. Yeah, it's under $20. You can use this code that I just sent to the chat. That's Black Friday, all caps, one word, right there. Very excited about that. If you want to learn, if you want to grow, if you want to really get better at this stuff and do it for the least amount of money and really take this seriously, you can hit that link that I just put to our online program, EVI Now, here in the chat. And once again, everyone hanging out here in the stream, make sure you like the stream if you're watching and share this, because if we hit 50 people, I'm going to give away a free subscription to somebody hanging out in the chat. And I'm going to get back to some other questions in just a second here. Everyone, because we were just talking about recording programs and stuff. For any of you that do recording, let me know what DAW you use. And for any of you that record music or you're starting to, are you a PC person or a Mac person? Let me know in the comments. Got some friends in here. Mike Patton has, I saw someone talking about Mike Patton. He has a really cool voice for sure. Ooh, do you think it's more beneficial to stay independent? I spoke to Black Veil Brides a few years ago about recording and touring, and they said to get signed. So that's really interesting that you say that. And a band like Black Veil Brides has done everything from being independent, and they've gone on to lots of different labels. And I'm really excited about what they've got coming in the future and the songs that they've put out this year now that they're like doing so much more screaming again. I've had such a great time working with Black Veil Brides this year and getting to know Andy and his voice and helping him kind of scream. I think he's screaming better than he ever has right now. Like for anyone that's seen all of their streams, like because they've played all these different dates of Warped Tour and so many other things and put out some new songs, definitely check out all the stuff Black Veil Brides is doing right now. It's awesome. But I agree in some ways with what Black Veil said to you in the chat, asking about like if being independent as an artist and a band is better. It's tough because like right now, my band and I, Renaissance, are independent, and the benefits to that, and for any other bands that are independent, like I'm listening to the new Set It Off record that I helped work on right now, and they just went independent, and the benefit is there's no one telling you what you can or cannot spend the money on that you have. There's no one trying to dictate what you can or can't sound like. There's no one on a label trying to tell you what type of band to be. There's no one, like sometimes like different labels won't be that organized and there'll be a lot of mistakes happening in the background with different stuff in terms of like releases or pre-sale things or like album release stuff, like when it comes to merch and vinyls and stuff like that. There's sometimes issues with stuff like that. And then it's also that like you don't owe your money for a certain release to anyone. Like when I'm releasing music, like right now, we don't owe that money to anyone because we just make the money back from everything. Of course, we have to pay to write music and record music when we're working with other people. Like when we're not just writing it ourselves or recording it ourselves, or even like with what I'm doing now, where I'm mixing music more and more myself here in our studio here. But for other bands, even like Set It Off, who just released this record, self-titled, that we're listening to right now, you don't owe that money to anybody. So you get to send that out to wherever it needs to. If you have management and other stuff like that, you're able to send out those percentages and you're able to keep more of it without owing it. Now, the problem is with record labels, they do offer you a much larger budget than most people would be able to put in up front. Like the cost of advertising, the cost of distribution, the cost of doing all the physical copies and the vinyl for an album and being able to get them at the speed that you are, the connections that a record label will have to different touring agents, to different managers, to different distribution companies for physical stuff with merch and other things like that too. PR, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of benefits to having a record label. Radio play as well, and the amount of money that there still is in radio play, which doesn't really get talked about a lot. And I've been so thrilled to be an artist and have Renaissance and I get played so much in the last couple of years on Sirius XM Liquid Metal. Shout out to Jose Mangan for being a good friend and a great dude. So it depends on where you're at. Like I recommend, like if you're able to build something yourself, really grow it, make it valuable, and then get a label interested, that's definitely worthwhile. But if you're independent, try to do this as big as you can. Like right now, Renaissance and I are independent and we're doing this thing as big as we're able to, but trying to be as responsible as we can. Because you can't just put everything into it, because music and being in a band is a very fickle thing. It's not necessarily something where you can predict every dollar you put in is going to be something that you get back. So that's a very interesting question. I'm glad you've been able to talk to some different bands like Black Veil Brides about that. And again, shout out Black Veil Brides. I'm so stoked on the work that we've done together this past year. Andy and I definitely listened to the new songs that they put out recently. Do you pour the milk or the cereal first? Cereal first, because I'm not a psychopath. I can't even remember the last time I ate just a cold bowl of cereal. I can't even remember the last time I did that. Saw them in 2021. It was so exciting. I've wanted to tour with them. But now I'm a beginning artist, still new to recording, but I have faith. That's awesome. Anyone here that's getting ready to form your bands, really get that stuff going and really become an artist and do this stuff, I'm so excited for you. And as a vocal coach, for me, I'm always very excited to help people build their voices, develop their sounds, and figure out what direction people want to go in as a band too. I've helped so many different bands start up from the ground up. I've helped a lot of people discover their sound. And I've helped a lot of people just improve their voices so they can get ready to record their first song or record their first album and stuff like that. And even getting into even stuff further than that, I'm starting to offer up even more help to different people when it comes to songwriting, when it comes to writing the vocals, writing the top line for stuff, even down to if you need people to mix a song. That's something I'm getting more and more into and helping my clients with as well. So for anyone that has worked with me or anyone that's interested in that, if you're also looking for people to help find your voice, find your sound, get ready to record, or if you need help with the writing of the vocals too, the writing of the ideas, and if you need help with mixing the songs and making sure everything sounds as good as it can, I'm starting to do all of those things here for anyone interested. And the contact form to work with me directly is right here, and I am sending that to the chat now. So I actually know from talking with, because Riley and I, Riley, who's in the corner here with me as always, we've been friends with the Breaking Benjamin camp between the people in the band and in their crew for actually a long time now. It's kind of bizarre how much back and forth we've had with Breaking Benjamin and for how long. I feel like time just went by really fast on that, because sometimes I feel like that just happened. I've done a lot of work with Keith Wallen, their guitar player, and the stuff for his music, and he just put out a song recently with our great friend Haley from Gore that you all should check out. That's out on Rise Records right now. But I've talked with Ben from Breaking Benjamin about this a bunch, and I know for a fact with what we've talked about and what he's said to me that he's a fry scream person, and he's felt really good about where his screams have been at recently. And even though he doesn't do like all the screaming for their songs on stage, like they split that between him and their bassist, like he's been able to sit that in a really good spot. And he kind of has the way that he screams and sings that definitely just like sits in the way that he just vocalizes with everything. And some of that has to do with like how he carries himself and how he speaks and even how he sings too. And like you can kind of hear those things, but that's a big part of what makes him sound the way he does.
It's also gigantic person.
He's also a very big human. Like that guy, like I'm over 6 feet tall and I have to like look up to talk to him. And I'm seeing a lot of questions about like different artists. For all of you that are interested in like how to scream like different artists and different bands that you like and look up to, we do have a playlist here on our YouTube channel with all of our 30-second voice lessons, which includes tons of different artist videos like that. And you can check that out here on our YouTube channel. Again, everyone coming into the chat, make sure you like the stream on your way in. Make sure you share it with a friend or share it to your story or something, because if we hit 50 viewers here in the stream before I have to let you go, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program to somebody here in the chat. And I'm going to answer a few more questions while we're hanging out here too. And for those of you still hanging out in the chat, don't go away, because I'm going to give you all a little freebie at the end of this live stream. So if you want to grab that freebie for yourself, don't go away. Still listening to this self-titled new Set It Off record here in the background.
I did grab it.
When? Oh, awesome. What color did you get?
Like their Halloween variant.
Ooh, very cool. Was it just through their store, or was it? Did it say who was fulfilling it? Just out of curiosity? No. We'll find out. Because I'm curious about that, because I think that's one of the first records we're going to have on the wall from a band that released it independently. Because we've got a bunch of Sharp Tone, we've got some Solid State, we have some Century Media, we have Thriller, we have Nuclear Blast. We have some E1, because I think Body Snatcher was still on E1 when they did that record that I worked on for them.
E1 became MNRK.
Oh, it is MNRK. Okay. Yeah, so I think this Set It Off record is one of the first records that I've worked on with a bigger band that actually is independent. So that's really cool. Actually, because Zero's been talking about his album, did Zero's album come out? Because Zero is independent now. No, it's not out yet. Yeah, 0936 puts out an album on December 12th. Oh, wait, no, or is this the album? It's hard to tell what is or is not an album now, because like he has this record from 2024, None of Us Are Getting Out, but it's only 22 minutes and 8 songs. So like in my head, that sounds a little bit, it says EP in the description, but like it's getting harder and harder to tell what is an album and what isn't. So that's interesting. I'm definitely going to look into this I don't have money right now, but hearing all of this encourages me to keep going. I'm like a head fry and guttural guy, and I've used like air in my screams, and now I have my voice. That's awesome. I'm glad I can help inspire so many of you to learn how to scream and how to sing in an extreme way here. And I'm happy to have worked with different people here in the chat, because I've had some students coming and going here in the chat today. I know there's been people that use our online program coming and going today. And that's where, again, I will say to everyone in the chat, if you're trying to get better at this stuff and you're really trying to learn and grow, and if you've had questions about this stuff, everything you could ever need for figuring this stuff out and getting better is in our online program. And we are making it more affordable than ever and trying to make it affordable for everybody. You can get everything we have now collectively in the program for just $19.25. That's less than $20 for everything we have. I just sent a link here into the chat for that. That's our online program, EVI Now. There's a code right there. It's Black Friday, all caps, one word. Definitely check that out. It's over 300 lesson videos. I thought it was over 100. I was wrong. It's more than 300 full-length lesson videos. There's so many courses, so much stuff to learn. You get all of it when you sign up. We put out the 40th course last week, and it's all about being able to fry scream easier than ever. For anyone that's been checking that out, thank you. But if you haven't, the new course that's in the program came out last week. We filmed a new course earlier today. So we filmed a new course that I'm really excited about today. And we're working on that stuff now. So that's not out yet. We put out a new course last week. We put out new material regularly. The program is always growing and developing. And very importantly, like all of you hanging out with me here in the chat, I'm always listening to user feedback because I want to know what you all think of this. I want to know what's been helping you. I want to know if there's anything that's been kind of confusing or anything that still feels hard to do, even though you've been working on it for a while, because we're always updating the program to make it better based on what you guys are saying. And I'll link that one more time here in the chat. That's our online program. You can get the whole thing 45% off right now. So just $19.25, less than $20. And because we're doing payment plans now, you can actually break that up into little bite-sized pieces. So you can drop just a few dollars today and get that literally right now and start learning for everyone here in the chat. And especially because I know times are tough. A lot of people aren't making much money right now. A lot of people are trying to save as much as they can. And we are too, because that affects everybody, us included. I want to make sure that everyone feels like they can learn this stuff and that everybody can learn and that this can belong to everybody. And for anyone that has been looking for ways to support us and keep this going and keep making us able to help all of you here, I'm going to give you all this. And I linked this earlier. For just $5, you can get our full tour warm-up that I work on with all of the bands that you see me with. I just put that link in the chat. For just $5, you can get our tour warm-up, which is going to give you such a big advantage on how to build and strengthen your screaming and your singing and get ready for anything you need to use your voice for. That's not a subscription, so that's just $5, and you can just watch that video endlessly forever. I just put that link in the chat. Thank you all so much for your support. If you want to find different ways to support us, support what I'm doing here, support us being able to keep doing this and helping you all here in live streams like this and more, definitely grab that $5 tour warm-up here in the chat that I just sent and grab that today and start learning from it. Start using that every day. And I definitely, I do encourage that, like in terms of having a really solid warm-up routine to follow. Definitely use that if you can. Grab that $5 tour warm-up that I just sent to the chat and use that every time you're going to go to vocalize. It's not that long because I think there is such a thing as over warming up. I've known a lot of people in a lot of bands that warm up for too long. And then people get pretty tired before needing to do their thing. So definitely check out that $5 tour warm-up that I just sent to the chat. Thank you all so much for your support. Will that be the same price after Black Friday or like the retail price? So someone was asking about our online program, EVI Now, that right now you can get for as low as $19.25. And with the payment plans, you can do it for even less right now. That price goes back to normal after the Black Friday stuff. And we are running that all month. I think it goes till December 3rd, right?
Can't remember, December 2nd or 3rd.
I think at the lowest, even normally, the program costs only, like at the lowest, just a little more than $20, if I'm not mistaken. Or you can even just use it for like a month and use it for just a short amount of time for $35. Like for a second there. But with that being said, with the payment plans that we're doing as well, the payment plans is not just a Black Friday thing, that's a forever thing. So you can break that up into much smaller pieces as well for anyone that is interested in our online program and taking advantage of the sale and all of that sort of thing right now. I'm going to answer a couple more questions and then I'm going to have to end the stream. But that being said, if you're still here, don't go away. I'm going to give you all a little something for free as a thank you at the end of the stream. Not the $5 thing I already sent, but I'm going to give you all a little something extra for free here. So don't go away. Are you thinking of making a regular stream schedule? It would be awesome if you did. I am thinking about it. Because I'm the one like coordinating like what my teaching schedule is able to be. I do work with a lot of people. That does mean like when I'm home and I'm not traveling, I am able to kind of know to a degree when I'm around and when I'm not. It is Armada. Interesting. That means it'll be here like tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
But that being said, I am thinking about doing a regular streaming schedule because I've been really enjoying this and I'm glad you are all enjoying it here too. I've been doing kind of like 6 p.m.-ish Eastern time as a starting point, and I've been going till like 7 or 7:30, sometimes 8. I want to do it for longer. I just haven't had time just yet, but I definitely want to get to the point where I can do it for maybe a couple hours with you guys, or maybe do like an earlier stream and a later stream. Let me know what you all think of kind of like what time it is right now, all of you here. Let me know if you think that'd be good for like a regular-ish streaming schedule. And everyone here, if you're watching the stream, like the stream, share the stream. If I have like 10 more minutes, and if we hit 50 viewers before then, I'm going to give away a free subscription to our online program to somebody hanging out here in the chat. And I know there's a lot of people that want to sign up. A lot of people are interested. If you want to win the subscription, let's get this to 50 viewers. Let's make that happen. How high can a scream go? That's really dependent on like what someone's range is and what kind of scream they're doing. Because a big part of this has to do with like what note you're using, how the tissue is moving, what set time kind of voice you have. Like if you have a much higher pitched speaking voice, you're going to be able to scream a little higher than someone with more of like a middle range speaking voice or a lower range speaking voice. So it really depends. And fry scream versus false chord scream, a fry scream is always going to be a bit higher and a bit brighter sounding than a false chord scream. So it really depends. Not every single person can push their scream to the highest thing possible for everyone, but it is possible to expand on your range. And I do teach lots of stuff about range. There's stuff about like your screaming range and unlocking high screams. We have a video called Unlocking High Screams here on our YouTube channel that you can check out. And we also have entire courses and many different lesson videos about high screams here in our EVI Now program that I've been talking about too. That is 45% off for the rest of this month. Well, I appreciate that. Someone just said if you need help making these messages, send like the links and stuff, send automatically. I know on Twitch there's a way, and I'm sure on YouTube there is too. Whenever I try to do highs, it feels like I'm tensing up way too much. It just ends up sounding kind of low and mid. Yeah, if you do tense up when you're doing like a higher scream, it's going to shave off a lot of those higher frequencies. And if any of you here are people that are used to recording yourself, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you shave off too much high end in your scream, if you shave that off in real life, if it's getting too tense, it's literally going to make the same scream sound too low and too dark, even though it could be high enough to do what you want it to be doing. And I'll answer just a couple more questions here. I'll be here for a few more minutes, but I'm going to give you all a little something for free here in the chat before I let you all go. And thank you all so much for the support too. Pulled the trigger on an SM58, great microphone. That's awesome. I'm glad you were able to get a microphone at a nice cheap cost and something that will work totally well for you. And even for me, like I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm going to be doing some traveling soon. I'm going to be working with another band in the studio for their next release. It's actually a band that I've worked with before on an album, working on a second album with them. I'm really excited that there's a bunch of bands now that I've been able to work on multiple albums with them. That's been a real honor and a real gift. But I'm just going to be bringing a laptop and like a little Scarlett interface and just a live microphone. And I'm going to be recording and writing ideas with just that on the go. That works totally fine. And then, but someone asked where my flannel is from. I love this thing. I got this flannel from a company that is pretty well known worldwide, but I was actually on a trip with Riley. We saw Drop Dead Gorgeous in Denver, Colorado, and Fox Lake is from Denver. Mm-hmm. And it's a fun fact. And this flannel, I can't remember the name of the company off the top of my head, but I love them. They're fantastic. Pendleton. Let me hold that up to the screen. Pendleton is where I got the flannel from. It's definitely not like the cost of like a Walmart flannel, but these things are insanely well made. Like they last forever. This company has existed forever. They have so many different types of flannels, different thicknesses, different materials. The patterns are insane, and their repair warranty and so many other things are insane. Like if anything happens, you can send these to them and they'll fix stuff up or replace things.
Is it
sometimes.
insane, David?
Yes. Love that company. I love when people ask me questions like that. And they're also not paying me to say that. Like I just actually really like their stuff. I have a couple of these flannels. I definitely want more. And last question I'm going to answer for this stream is, where does your band name come from? Renaissance and I love the name Renaissance, and I've had some people be like, so what is that? Like, what does that mean? That's I'm actually wearing a shirt for us right now, Renaissance. That's the phonetic spelling of like the full word Renaissance, like the Renaissance era for like art and music and stuff like that. And with what I do as a vocalist and the kind of music that I write and what I enjoy, I never wanted to limit what that is to just one thing. And I feel like the Renaissance period brought about so many different ways of thinking and so many incredible new ideas and different forms of art and music in so many directions. And I feel like the word Renaissance really is an all-encompassing feeling and idea around what my band is, and especially with what I do. Especially because I'm the guy that's known for being able to do so many vocal things and helping you all with those same vocal things here and being able to go in so many different directions. Renaissance like this is the phonetic spelling. Like if you Google the word Renaissance, like the way it's pronounced, it's going to show it like this. Because phonetics is my whole life. I'm a vocal coach. I'm helping you all sound out different sounds, and working on phonetics is something I have to do all the time. So having the phonetic spelling felt really personal to me because of that, being the one that started the band and formed the band myself. And also because the regular word Renaissance was just way too many letters, and this was a lot easier. And I could fit that on a shirt a lot easier too. And for those of you that are interested in checking us out, we did put out a new song recently called Break Through the Surface with my good friend Dal Av, and I recommend everyone check that out. If you want some tasty new music, really heavy, really catchy, I just dropped a link to that new song here in the chat. And for those of you that want to grab some merch for yourself this holiday season, we do have a bunch of merch here in our Armada merch store that I'm really excited about. And I'm actually going to look at one of these things real quick. I recommend everyone click on that and check out the merch store, because we do have a design in here that's a bit loud and a bit ridiculous. I haven't seen anyone out in the wild with this shirt yet from this merch store, but it has our really epic metal logo on the front, which is a combination of our logos from, he's done like metal logos for Motionless in White and Bring Me the Horizon, but then there's our other logo from Andy from We Came as Romans in the middle of that. We have our cool logo there, and on the back it says real effing metalcore. it actually says like the full swear there, but I'm just not trying to get monetized right now, like demonetized right now. Riley says I'll be fine. The back of the shirt says real fucking metalcore on the back in huge letters. This shirt is insane. Someone said the pink hoodie is sick. Thank you so much. But for anyone that's interested in merch this holiday season, and I know they're doing the Black Friday stuff here coming up, definitely check that out. I just sent the link to our merch store right there. I reckon if anyone is bold enough to get the real fucking metalcore shirt, I love that one so much. And I just sent the song Break Through the Surface to the chat as well. And for anyone, again, thank you all for being so stoked on these live streams recently, hanging out for SCREAMATHON, and being stoked at the idea of having like a regular streaming schedule for this. And for those of you who want to help us be able to keep doing this, help us be able to grow, help us be able to help more of you out there, keep the live stream going, help us be able to make more videos for you guys and keep all this going. It's always so kind when different people donate, but I want to make sure that I'm giving something to you guys. So for just $5, you can get our tour warm-up. I made a full tour warm-up for all of you, and I'm going to send that as a link right here to the chat right now. Just $5 and you'll get our tour warm-up. That's not a subscription, so you can watch that videos as many times as you want. From now on, it's just $5 through that link in the chat. Anyone that gets our tour warm-up, I recommend using that every day when you're going to vocalize and when you're screaming and singing. Anyone that gets that is helping to keep this going, helping us be able to do these live streams, helping us to make all of our free content here on our YouTube channel, and so much more. Literally everything helps. And I want to make sure to make this as affordable as possible. That being said, last time I'll say this today, our online program is 45% off right now for Black Friday for the rest of this month. It's over 300 lesson videos, all full-length lesson videos. We put out a new course in it last week, all about fry screaming, and we made a new course. We filmed one today that we're working on now. Very excited about that. You get everything right now. We have all of it for just $19.25 at the lowest. And we're doing payment plans now, so you can break that up even further. I just put that link in the chat as well for anybody interested in that. That sale's going on for the rest of this month. It is also very affordable year-round. And those payment plans aren't going away. We're keeping that. So we run the largest program for this for the least amount of money possible. And for different people that are interested in working with me directly, because we have talked a lot about lesson stuff and the work I've done with different bands today, for anyone that does want to work with me directly like this, I'm offering more ways to save than ever. I'm giving you all more free resources with lessons than ever before, including you get free access to our online program while you're a student with me. And you can check that out through the link here that I just put into the chat, or that I just tried to put into the chat right here to work with me directly. Thank you all so much. And like I said, anyone here at the end, I was going to give you a freebie here as a thank you. You can fill this out and get our free quick start guide for screaming. Here is that. So this is the free quick start guide for screaming. Oh, I think I got the other link for the tour warm-up earlier incorrectly. Here's that one, my bad. But that right there, the one that says the free quick start guide for screaming, that's free. That's for all of you that stayed here until the end. If you fill that out, you will get our big quick start guide for screaming that's going to give you so many different great things to work on, and something I think a lot of you could learn from too. And that's not a subscription. You can watch that as many times as you want, totally free, as a thank you all for being here on the stream. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. Keep screaming responsibly. Thanks for hanging out for SCREAMATHON. And I'll catch you all real soon.